Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Seeing mostly sunny skies out there to start the day with just a few clouds around. We will see a slight onshore breeze develop as we move through the day today, as well as some increasing cloudiness ahead of our next rainmaker that will move through the area as we go overnight and into our Saturday. But overall, expecting a dry and quiet weather day for the end of the week. Take a look at the current surface analysis. We have high pressure over the area that's going to begin to lift out of the area as an area of low pressure comes together over the Gulf Coast and tracks up into the Mid-Atlantic region as we go into the evening, and bringing a good soaking of rain as we move through today on Saturday, as well as some really windy conditions continuing through much of the weekend as a cold front moves in behind that system, keeping those winds elevated, and in return, another shot of some cooler air moving into the area as well. If we look at current conditions this morning, just a few clouds around 4,000 feet. We have those winds out of the north-northwest at 4 knots. Seeing that temperature at 38 degrees, and the relative humidity is at 52%. If we look at our current visible satellite, we can see that low cloud layers starting to lift up into the Wallops area, expecting that to continue to push through the area as we continue through the morning and likely lingering around into the afternoon. We'll see some increasing high and mid-level clouds as we get later in the day today, and again expecting overcast conditions by the time we get into the evening time frame ahead of that next system. So if we look at the short-term high-resolution model, we'll see how things play out over the next 48 hours. Again, expecting those increasing clouds as we move through the day today, a slight onshore breeze developing as well. But overall, temperatures just a couple degrees below average and a quiet weather day. As we go into the overnight time frame, mainly as we get past the midnight time, this one we'll start to see our first chance of a few light showers starting to move in through the area, and then that rain becoming likely by the time we get past the 4 a.m. time frame on our Saturday. Then that rain will become pretty steady as we move through the morning hours, with some pockets, as you can see, some higher DBZ values here. We'll see some pockets of heavier rain moving through, particularly or especially off to the north and west, where a bulk of the rain activity is here on the model. But we'll see some heavier rain showers moving through the area through the morning time frame. And as we get into the afternoon, we'll continue to see rain showers moving through. Will be more on and off in nature, not as much of a steady rain, but continuing to rain. And then as we move into the later afternoon, we start to see that cold front moving towards the area. This is going to be our best chance of seeing a slight chance of maybe an embedded thunderstorm as a line of showers pushes through out ahead and along that front. But that front will also help to continue pushing those rain showers out of the area as we go into Saturday evening, with things drying out going into the overnight time frame. And we'll see mostly cloudy conditions, and then we'll gradually see those clouds start to decrease. But as that area of low pressure moves through the area on Saturday, we're going to see some really windy conditions, and those conditions will stay windy to breezy as we go overnight Saturday night into Sunday as well. So we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting green conditions as we move through the work hours today. We'll see our high around 50 degrees for the afternoon time frame. We'll see those increasing clouds, likely seeing a ceiling develop around 3,500 feet this afternoon. We could see a chance of that ceiling breaking as we get into the later part of the afternoon, before some additional cloud cover starts to build back in going into the evening time frame. But we'll see a wind out of the east-southeast 9 to 14 knots, with peak winds up around 20 knots this afternoon. We'll see a brief relax in those peak winds, and then picking back up as we go into the evening time frame. As we go past the midnight time frame, we'll see overcast conditions. We'll see those winds picking up out of the southeast at 10 to 15 knots, gusting up to 20 knots. And then that's when we start to see that first chance of rain showers moving into the area, starting off with an orange risk past midnight, and then we'll see a yellow risk for those reduced ceilings and visibilities, with that shower activity moving through. And then as we get into the 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. time frame, we'll start to see that rain becoming likely and moving into the area. We'll also see a slight increase in winds, gusting up to 22 knots, so that does warrant a yellow risk for winds at or above 25 knots. So seeing that rain move in by the time we get to the start of the day on Saturday, and we'll see a very slight chance of thunderstorm embedded within that activity, but again, the better chance will come as we get in the afternoon. But tides are running normal at the moment. And for the weekend forecast, those rain showers continue steady as we move through the morning time frame with the embedded heavier rain at times. And as we get into the afternoon, continue with some steady rain showers, but more on and off in nature. And that's when we'll see our best chance of some slight chance of a thunderstorm in that activity as well. We'll see windy conditions. We'll see those gusts up to 45 miles per hour as we move through the day, mainly out of the south-southeast. And then those rain chances will start to decrease as that front pushes through, and we'll see those winds shifting more out of the north-northwest behind that front. But a mild day with a high around 59 degrees. We do have that red risk for precip, yellow risk for that lightning, that slight chance of a thunderstorm in the area, red for our winds above 25 knots, and we'll see some reduced ceilings and visibilities with that as well. As we go into the remainder of the weekend here, we'll have a slight chance of maybe a lingering light shower, drizzle early on with some low clouds on Saturday evening, so we do have that yellow risk for those reduced ceilings. But otherwise, we'll just see mostly cloudy conditions early on with those clouds decreasing, becoming partly cloudy by the time we get to the start of Sunday. And we'll continue to see windy conditions with gusts up to 40 miles per hour and chillier air moving through with a low around 35 degrees. So we keep that red risk for those winds above 25 knots. That continues into Sunday as we see partly cloudy conditions, but we will see a chance of some mostly cloudy skies at times, as we often do with breezy conditions after a rain event. So could see some low-level clouds developing through the day, but expecting overall partly cloudy conditions, but we will continue to see windy to breezy conditions as the winds will slowly start to decrease for the second portion of the day and going into the evening time frame. But a slightly below average day with a high around 52 degrees for our Sunday. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. Take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.